in the chat. We're going to go ahead and jump into this incredible information that we're going to be learning tonight, guys. So if you are in a place, like I said, where you can actually take notes, definitely do, because you want to have this written down and not leave it to memory. So tonight we're going to be learning from my incredible mentor, somebody that I have a ton of respect for. Not only has he made a lot of money in this business, but he's also helping other people be able to do the same thing and change their finances. And he is someone that we have a ton of fun on these calls. So please definitely interact, engage, and help me welcome to the line my mentor, Dr. Shanti Hiya.
All right.
That was really nice. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm not going to let that young lady get away with that. She said all those great things about me. She didn't even tell you guys her name. But understand, the entire team knows the name Morgan Cleveland because she's been at the top of our personally. We have a list of the top sponsors and on the team, and her name has been at the top most of the month, and she's the #1 sponsor getter. I mean, QFD sponsor her. She is the one that's sharing with the most and getting the best results. I could say a whole bunch of other things, like she just started getting paid a residual $600 a month. I could actually say she just got promoted to her second promotion of executive senior director. So if anybody deserves some love on this line, let's give it right back to executive senior director, Ms. Morgan Cleveland.
Oh, Ms. Morgan. All right, let's go. Let's get it.
And guys, I'm not gonna hold you long. I'm super excited. It's such a pleasure to be able to share what we have our hands on, because I'll be honest, a year ago, nobody was getting on a Zoom or anything else to find out what I knew about financial education. As a matter of fact, I may have been one of the most negative people that you'd ever want to meet when it came to talking about finances. But in all fairness to myself, how many of you guys can agree sometimes brokenness has a negative effect on your attitude?
That's right.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to be all chipper when you're broke.
Yep.
And I was frustrated because it wasn't that I didn't have any money, but have you ever gotten to a point in life where you felt I should be a little bit further along than I am right now?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You know, I was that child growing up. My focus was always on being wealthy. Anybody else want to be wealthy as a child?
That's right. Yep. Go ahead.
And so, you know, I grew up in a small town. You guys are calling from these major areas. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. You may have heard of it. Couple of buildings. And you come out of my building, you go 1 mile to the left here in the city dumps. You go 5 miles to the right, you're in some of the richest communities in all of New York. And so my question was always, how do we get over there? But you guys ever asked the right questions, but you were asking the wrong people?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Everyone I was asking was right there with me. And I guess I was just too young to understand that if they knew how to be over there, where would they have been?
Over there.
But I was also too young to understand that we were all up against the Great Divide. You know, the distance between the haves and the have-nots in America is getting wider and wider, which is very weird because a lot of people come to America from all other nations and they call us the land of what?
Opportunity.
But the weird thing is, even though they're coming here for opportunity, the people here are not necessarily opportunists.
Right.
And it shows because 34 million people are living in poverty in America. The household income is on average $27,000 or less. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, close to 19 million people in America are millionaires. And if I had to pinpoint one area that divides the haves from the have-nots, I would look no further than education.
Say that.
Because see, everybody I was asking was giving me the advice via formal, outdated education. They told me to graduate high school. Anybody heard that?
Yes.
I heard that.
They told me that I got that done at 16. They told me graduate college. Anybody heard that too?
Yes.
Heard that.
Graduated college at 20 with an electrical engineering degree because they said that's where the money was. Pretty good, yes?
Yes.
By 20 and a half, I quickly realized that 80% of us weren't getting jobs in the field that we studied. Anybody know some people all agreed up, nowhere to go?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
That was me. They say you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, what?
Shame on me.
I went back to the same people. I said, well, that didn't work. What do I do now? They told me go back to school. Anybody got some people in their life, you know, maybe been in school so long we forgot what they were studying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The professional students. I got one cousin, I'm like, hey, don't change your major no more. Just graduate once so I can give you these balloons and this card and be done with you. But here's the thing. At the same time, millionaires are teaching their children specialized financial education, how to shift their money back in their pockets long enough to create wealth. And so we have to either play by the rules of the wealthy or get played by the rules of the wealthy. And if you're not sure where the rules of the wealthy lie, you can look no further than taxes, because taxes creates incentives for what the country wants us to do. How many of you guys would agree the country wants us to get married?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're married, filing joint, you get different benefits that you may not get single. How many of you guys would agree the country wants us to have children?
Yes.
Yes.
More
How many of you guys have some people, you know, some people you might think the only reason they having children is for the deductions.
Yeah.
They don't even like their kids, right? But here's the thing. The country also wants us to be business owners. And the reason why I know this is because if we choose a tax code W-2, a lot of people are waiting for a stimulus check. How many of you guys been hitting refresh because it's not in your account yet? Don't get cute on here. Hey, this is how I know that may not be true. Once we start using nicknames like Stimmy, we're really looking forward to stuff. What the heck is a Stimmy? But what I do know about this stimulus check is it's not going any higher than $2,000. And W-2 employees get taxed first up to 33%. That's 1/3 of our income gone.
Yep.
At the same time, if you choose to be a business owner, you choose a tax code 1099, there's all types of loans and grants, and look up PPP loans when you get the opportunity. Billions, hundreds of billions of dollars is being given out, and most of these loans are forgivable. Meaning if you don't pay it back, you're forgiven. And you get taxed last as low as 18%. And some of you may be thinking, well, that's not fair. But understand this, the same way a car without an engine can't drive, an economy without business can't thrive.
Yep.
Bars.
And so taxes is just 1/3 of the roadblocks. How many of you guys are familiar with debt, big business, inflation?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. These I call the thieves that stole my money. I was thinking that I was having what might be an income problem, meaning I thought I just wasn't making enough money. Then I talked to my good friend Richard, because he gave me a call on June the 8th, 2020, in the midst of a pandemic. I call it the call that changed it all. And I know Richard makes 7 to 8 times what I was making at my job. But he also had the same thieves. And so what I quickly understood is the more we make, the more they what?
Take.
And so taxes, like we shared, takes 1/3 up front. So people are working 12 months, but only getting paid for 8.
Yeah.
No wonder we're behind. Then you have debt. Now, debt does something weird. Debt has us buy into the American dream, not telling us that it's really the American nightmare. And what I mean by that is, how many of you guys grew up wanting a spouse, a house, 2.5 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence?
Yes.
And I
It's
don't even
not your
like
fault. It was on every TV show you watched. It was on every commercial. It was on every cartoon. That's why they call it media programming. Is this making sense?
Yes.
But on the other side, they do things like, you don't have the $500,000 up front for your home, Mr. Harden? No problem. We'll give you a mortgage loan. You don't have the $50,000 up front for your car, Miss Dorothy? No problem. We'll give you an auto loan. You don't have the $100,000 a semester for your education, Miss Odom? No problem. We'll give you the student loan. And long after you're done with these things, those loans, because that interest is with our families forever. That's why most people are passing on generational debt when we're supposed to be passing on generational wealth. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Then along comes big business. See, big business saw 2/3 of our money gone, and they know with that last little bit, we can't wait to ball out till we fall out. We can't wait to do retail therapy. In case you don't know what that is, ladies, that third pair of black shoes look just like the second. Okay, I won't argue about that. But here's the thing. They also put a holiday in place every 30 days. So some of us are just sobering up because we drank so much green beer a couple of weeks ago because, you know, we were all Irish, right?
Right.
But we trying to sober up because we got to get our souls right because we part of the CMNE Christians. You know, the people that go to church on Christmas, Mother's Day, New Year's, and Easter. And so along comes Easter. Some of y'all getting them hats. I don't know how y'all babies going to see church on your laptop. We couldn't even see real church behind that hat. I don't know how, but here's the thing. Every 30 days, a new reason to spend. And just in case we have anything left, the silent killer comes and takes the rest. It's inflation. Inflation drives up the price of everything else we like. So if you had $1 yesterday, today it's worth 95 cents. Tomorrow it's worth 90 cents.
Right.
So holding our money can't be a good strategy either, can it?
No.
And so with that being said, understand you have the solution to all the roadblocks, but are you using it? How many of you guys have a social security number? This means you were born a sole proprietorship, but it just depends on how we use the social. If you attach it to your home or your apartment with a home-based business, you have the solution to all 4 roadblocks. If we don't, and we attach it to somebody else's business and we accept the JOB, you know, jump out of bed, just over broke, journey on to brokenness, I can do this all day. But if that's what we choose, we give them the solution to their roadblocks and we still don't have ours.
There we go.
But again, when we do though, when we start a home-based business, we get tax advantages out the wazoo. Don't know what the wazoo is, but you get an instant pay raise, your expenses become deductions. How many of you guys want the government to pay for your lifestyle?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Wealthy people hire their children. They put them on payroll for those chores. They don't give them an allowance. You're allowed to live here. You do this stuff, I'll pay you. Why buy you a PS5 when I can pay you? You buy you a PS5 and we write it off.
Yep.
Now you leave a legacy. That's how we break that cycle, give generations a new head start. But we outrun inflation with home-based business as well, because you can generate an unlimited income. Everybody's doing challenges online. Let's do the BOSS challenge. Go into your employer tomorrow and ask them for a cost of living increase. And when they get finished laughing, if you still have a job, we'll show you how to attach a home-based business to it so you can get paid residually. How many of you guys want to get paid every day, every week, every month, every quarter? Every day that ends with day. How many of you guys would want to get a check?
Yeah.
So this generates time freedom. You get to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with who you want, and you take control of your life. Guys, you have to choose opportunity over security, because I don't know if you know it or not, but safe is the new risky.
Yep.
Millions upon millions of people found out last year that all the things that we were being taught were safe just absolutely weren't. And so we've attached our social security numbers and our LLCs to Make Wealth Real Financial. Now, Make Wealth Real, we call it the home of the total financial makeover. Because how many of you guys want to save money?
Yeah.
And how many of you guys need to make more money?
Yeah.
Raise 2 hands if you want to grow your money. And don't do this if you're driving. It's dangerous. Don't do it. But here's the thing. When we're talking about saving money, in year 1, we helped. And I want you to think of it not as pinching pennies and budgeting, but putting on that cape and going to rescue your money from the thieves that took it. We actually, in year 1, helped our members get $500 million in tax savings back in their pocket. Pretty good, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
In year 1, we helped our members shave over 13,000 years off our collective interest. And we did that using the Financial Edge membership. Put this in your notes. This membership is $79.97 per month. Now, somebody asked me, what's the catch?
What's the catch?
I'm glad you asked. The experts do all of the work.
Amazing.
You missed it. You missed it. Guys, repeat after me. I am not the expert.
I am not the expert.
Not the expert.
I'm not the expert. Yep.
Doesn't that feel good? You don't have to go get a certification. You don't have to go back to school. You don't have to take ridiculous amounts of class. You just not the expert. The experts do all the work. Let me tell you what y'all should really be excited about. Point at me and say, Sean is not the expert.
Sean is not the expert.
I'm not even offended. Because if you want your finances jacked up, ask me a question. I will jack your finances up.
Yep.
Y'all looking at me like, why he's so confident? Because I jacked mine up for 40 years. I know I can hurt yours too. Thank God we have experts to save me from myself. The experts told me if I upload my last 2 pay stubs and my last year's tax return, you can upload up to your last 3 years tax returns. They would give me an adjusted W-4. When we give that to our employer, 4 times out of 5, we'll see our federal income tax go down and our paycheck go up.
Mhm.
How many of you guys need a pay raise?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how you get it. Why did I say 4 times out of 5? The government said 80% of us overpay in taxes. What they didn't say was they never give that money back, ever. The experts told me if I download an app called TaxBot to my phone, it'll immediately start tracking my mileage when I drive. It'll actually, when I take receipts of the things that I buy, it'll tap my deductions. And if I attach it to my accounts, it will find me deductions. Kanisha Gill showed me how to do that thing. Man, so far it's almost found me $20,000. All I have to do is go back in and classify it. Pretty good, yes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Once your taxes is down,
Yeah.
you want to stay down. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people that earn 1099s, meaning they're business owners, we're great at making money, but we're not necessarily the best accountants in the world. And this little simple device helps make it a lot easier for us. Then the experts told me if I upload my last 3 credit bureau reports, they would do all the work. I did that at 2 o'clock in the morning. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. 3 o'clock the following afternoon, it said completed, completed, completed. I didn't know what that meant. I called Richard. So what does that mean? He told me they made all the calls I didn't want to make while sending all the letters that I didn't want to send. And he was absolutely right, because I'd seen so many people make those calls and they went to voicemail. They sent those letters, they went unanswered, but it was like a reminder to drag our credit scores down lower. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
But here's what we found out. When the right number is on the caller ID, they pick up because they don't want these problems. When the right letterhead comes in, you start receiving letters saying this has been removed from your account and your credit report forever. Santander told me that they were never going to take that $4,000 charge off my account because they said I didn't have gap insurance when I had my car accident. Less than 60 days after I got this Financial Edge membership, they sent me a letter saying it's no longer going to affect my credit. Now, I don't know what goons got sent over to the Santander offices. I mind my business. I'm just glad they went. Is this making sense?
Yes.
So those things that have been on your report forever, that's not supposed to be here. We have experts for that. The experts told me that if I input the debt that I could pay off, the balance, the minimum monthly payment, and the interest rate, they'll not only tell me how to pay my debt so I can get out of debt in record time, they will give me a debt-free date. How many of you guys would agree debt-free is the new free?
Oh, yes.
And they will show me how to take that same money that got me out of debt to get me to my millionaire date. How many of you guys have ever said you want to be a millionaire?
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of y'all said millionaire, but you got to go past
I want to be a millionaire.
You got to go past $1 million to get there. And so here's the thing. How much more exciting is it to know that you can get there with the money you currently have?
Right.
Guys, we know our money could make us wealthy because it's been making everybody else wealthy. We make the government wealthy, trillions of dollars of debt. Who do we owe? Mars? We make our creditors wealthy. Between my electrical engineering degree and my master's in math education, I was working as a bill collector. We were collecting for companies that have been closed for years, but their families were collecting interest from our families.
Yes.
And so we're just shifting that money back. The experts told me that if I upload the bills that I pay every month, they'll professionally negotiate those down. I said, what? I started uploading stuff that wasn't bills. I'm like, since you're negotiating, just keep talking. But my point being, understand the cash flow equation. Taxes down, cash flow up. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Credit score up, you refinance some things you're paying too much for. You pay less for things you want to borrow in the future, cash flow up. Debt eliminated, cash flow up. Bills lower, cash flow up. How many of you guys want your cash flow up?
Yes.
Absolutely.
We have some people on the line that have used the Financial Edge membership and their cash flow's gone up. Would anybody like to share?
I'll share.
Okay, Yolanda.
Money Max. First of all, Sean, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Just saying that because I've known you since I was 2 years old.
I was 3 because we child prodigies, but it's okay. That's our story. But Money Max has gotten me back $739 per month on my check. And I am a teacher, so we all know what that is.
Right.
Credit Max, my score has gone up 40 points so far, but 36 of those points got me a refi from 6.3 to 2.5, from 37 years to 15 years, and saved me over $130,000 in interest, a whole nother house.
Nice.
Yeah. And Equity Max has shaved a year and some change off of that 15 years. And Bill Shredder has taken $50 a month off of my DirecTV bundle.
Wow.
Wow. Amazing.
Awesome.
I mean, you guys would agree that's worth a lot more than $79 a month.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Would anybody else like to share?
I'll share.
Great.
My credit score went up 20 points. And then the experts gave me a comprehensive plan to consolidate my $90,000 worth of student loans. So that made my debt-free date December 2028 and my millionaire date December 2038. The experts also negotiated my bills, and they negotiated $25 a month off my AT&T bill, $117.94 off of my security bill, and $87.20 a month off of my garbage bill. And because that is a quarterly bill, that bill is free for the rest of the year.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I had my life on the right track. I got to figure out how to go get a garbage bill. Thanks a lot, Kanisha. Would anybody else like to share?
Yes, I'd like to share my story, Sean.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, yes, my name is Rebecca Odom, and I'd like to share my Credit Max story. When I started with this, thanks to my big brother, Sean T. Hill, it was, my credit score was like 538. Like Sean said, nobody wouldn't want to take my cash. It was that bad. So, but they working on, I uploaded all the documents and they just started working on it, and I looked up. Now I am in the 700 club. Nice. My credit score is 727. Now I'm able to purchase my own home.
That's right.
Nice.
Yes.
That's amazing. Wow. And so, guys, I tell you what, if anybody else wants to share, put it in the chat. But just understand, Yolanda was the first person I called. Rebecca was the second person I called. Imagine, since June the 9th, I have not cared what anybody's opinion has been about what we have our hands on, because we've been winning since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so because we saw how simple the process was, we didn't stop there. We found out that we could also make some money with this amazing company. How many of you guys said you want to make extra money?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we have over 10 people that are $1 million residual ring earners. What that means is we've helped thousands of people go in business for themselves part-time. And understand, the reason why we're having so much success as a team, we did a little under $4 million annually, is because we ride the industry trends. You're either going to ride the trend or you're going to get swallowed up by it. And the biggest mistake most people make is they attempt to get tomorrow's money with yesterday's game plan.
Yep.
Like, how many of you guys would agree starting a small business is a great idea?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a great idea for the 20s. The 1920s. How many of you guys have a Main Street in your city?
Yeah.
Are there a lot of small businesses on Main Street?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. If you go 20 miles over to the next Main Street, are there small businesses there as well?
Yep.
How many of you guys saw a lot of those small businesses have to close their doors last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody was out and about just walking around and happening into the businesses. Then from the 40s to the 60s, that was the industrial era. That's when the assembly line and the 9-to-5 mentality and the pension plan was born. Our kids Morgan doesn't even know what a pension plan is. We need to stop talking about things that children can't relate to. And she's not a child. That's her children in the background. I just mess with her because he's younger than me. From the 60s to the 80s, that's the corporate era. That's when I was born. Go to college, get a good job with some benefits. Anybody else heard that growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 401k was born. How many of you guys saw that 401k become a 911k last year?
Yeah.
Then from the 80s to the 2000s, that's the computer era. Technology started replacing those same good jobs. Anybody seen the self-checkout line grow from 1 line to 5?
Yes.
There's certain places I don't even go after 8 because I don't want to work there. Then in the 2000s to 2020, that was the .com and app era. The internet forced a global competitive economy. I can't remember the last time I hailed a taxi.
Right.
But I do remember the last time I actually hailed an Uber in my phone. Anybody else get an Uber late? Then we started, instead of looking for hotels when we travel, we started looking for Airbnbs, right?
Mhm.
Right.
When's the last time you wanted to get in the back seat of a stranger's car, not knowing if they was going?
Absolutely.
I mean, we don't even want to stay with our family. How many of you guys just want to go stay in some stranger's house right now?
Right.
And so I would like to welcome you guys to the home-based business era. Why? Because March 2020, we all got sent home. And corporations were trying to figure out how to keep their bottom line while we were at home. And the other thing that happened was some of us were smart enough to start looking around and said, I need to figure out how to get paid up in here in case they don't call me back.
Right.
And so even though this industry has been around for 60 years, this is the best time to get involved. And what I mean by that is, guys, you're either going to evolve or you're going to dissolve. You can't play your 8-track cassettes in your 2020 car. The mindset that we used to have about home-based business should have been shot after our jobs started doing home-based business.
Right.
Is this making sense so far?
Yes.
And so we started a home-based business with MWR. Why? Because the investment was $228 one time. How many of you guys have $228 mistakes in your closet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Bitch, you ain't never gonna wear that again. Bruh, you should have never wore that in the first place. And then watch how it breaks down. Your first month of your financial edge is already paid. $79.97 is already paid. Your first month of your business center is already paid. We pay $40 a month, and that allows us to do business no matter where we are on the planet from our laptop or our cell phone. So $119.97 a month, $4 a day is what it costs for us to run our business. Anybody have a habit that's a little bit more than $4 a day? Does it rhyme with ROADBLOCKS? You see these people, they go in this place and they got this extra long order. It don't even sound like coffee by the time they're done. To get the large coffee, pay $15 knowing they got to come back in 15 minutes to get another one. But then I talk to them about running a business and they don't know if it fits in the budget. Did your $5,000 coffee habit fit in your budget? See, fellas, I'm gonna give y'all a clue. The ladies told me 119 is not even a good date. Might have to get your weight up. But here's what you do get. 475 tax deductions. You start a home-based business, you get 475 tax deductions. If I don't, I might get 9.
Right.
Which one sounds better? Your 475 or mine may be 9?
475.
And here's what's incredible about this. Your cell phone deduction, internet, gas mileage, meals, travel. Ladies, we're on Zoom. Your hair dues. Guys, some of our hair don'ts. Tax write-off. This is not a shirt. This is uniform. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to play the games of the wealthy. We talked about hiring the children, but the number one reason why on that day I got started was Richard told me we were going to get paid 10 different ways for that conversation we just had. Guys, I have been blamed 10 different ways for one conversation, but I have never been paid 10 different ways for one conversation. And here's what I mean. How many of you guys can invite people to Zooms and let God sort them out?
Yes.
No, for real. Look at the person that invited you if they're even on the Zoom. What are they doing right now? Nothing. Didn't even offer to text me a drink of water. I'm over here now, but here's the thing. They already did the hard part. They got you here. Thanks, Lon. They got you here. All we do is invite you. I don't know why you're here. You may be here because you want to rescue your money. You may be here because you want to make more money. You may be here because you want to grow your money. You may be here to get the person that invited you off your back. All of that's going to happen by the end of this conversation. And so here's the thing. We get paid because people want that financial edge membership. Can you agree if somebody heard all of those testimonies, and you can go on Facebook and you can actually look up MWR financial testimonies, and you can read testimonies for the next 2 years if you want. We've been blessing so many people, but can we agree when somebody hears what these guys were talking about, that somebody's going to want that Financial Edge membership?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Is it okay if they go through your website to get it?
Yes.
Yes.
You're going to earn a $40 bonus when that happens. Do you like that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Do you think other people are going to like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it okay if they go
Yes,
through your
sir.
website to get it?
Yes.
You're going to earn a $50 bonus when they do that. When 3 people go through your website, that's obviously $150 in sponsor bonus. But if that happens within your first 30 days, because success loves speed, they're going to pay you another $150 momentum bonus. Somebody heard what I just said, and they're going to put it on a credit card today, and they're going to introduce as many people as they can. 3 people are going to get started, and they're going to have their $300 in their account before their credit card statement comes. Someone else just heard that, and they just going to put it on their check card, and they're going to have it back in their account before tomorrow. How do I know? I tend to be someone else. As a matter of fact, they call me something else. I remind them I am something. They are something else. But we got that thing done day one. Yolanda got started. Rebecca got started. Deidre got started. Now, what's funny about Deidre getting started, in my opinion, is Deidre didn't want to get started. She felt like she was way too busy to do this business. How many of you guys know some busy people? But here's the thing, guys. The difference between Deidre and most is a lot of people I know are busy being broke. As a matter of fact, they're so focused on busyness, they never get any business done. Deidre's probably one of the, I took this to Deidre day one because I knew for a fact that if all we had to do was invite people to see Zooms and let God sort them out, this is going to be a simple business. Deidre, do me a favor. Can you tell everybody what it is that you do and why this has been so simple for you?
Absolutely. I'd love to, Sean. So Sean mentioned my name is Deidre, and I work in healthcare administration for one of the largest academic medical centers here in Atlanta, Georgia. And what that means is that I'm responsible for not only day-to-day, but strategic operations and our academic affairs. And so when Sean first approached me, I was like, Sean, really? Just send me the link. I'll just, whatever I need to support your little business, that's fine. I'll take care of it. And then starting to hear more about what we had to offer and what we had our hands on and the excitement that he had, I started realizing, wait, there's more to this, because I settled into the employee mindset. Been in my job for 19 years. I've always said, okay, I was that person with that pension plan that was just going to retire, put my money in checking and savings and just have a nice day. And then when I started seeing all the benefits of being able to save on my taxes, because every year I owed the IRS like clockwork. And then seeing that I could no longer have to owe the IRS anymore, by simply saving money on my taxes and developing a home-based business, I can help not only me improve my credit, but help my family, and also be able to get out of debt and be able to help other people and get paid and learn how to do some investing and create residuals that I didn't even know that existed outside of the employee mindset. No brainer. And so I said, you know what? I am busy, but I'm going to give this a shot. And lo and behold, I am still here because I've been able to not only improve all the areas that everyone else said that they've improved their life as well, but I've been able to help others, like I said, be able to create a residual. And Sean, I thank you, because I never even knew these things were possible. I just settled into the norms that, hey, you know, you work, you pay bills, and you have a little vacation, have some fun, and then you die. And so thank you so much for showing me that there's more to it, and that we don't have to settle into the norms that we've always have embraced and have been taught, which have been no fault of our own. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all that you've done for me and so many others in helping us out. Thank you so much.
By the way, she was the third person I talked to. Let's give it up for Deidre Sampson. Now, here's the thing. Individual results may vary, but my point being, Deidre, I thank Deidre all the time for being that example that you can do this regardless of what your schedule says, regardless of what's going on, because you don't even have to be on the Zoom.
Yep.
I mean, we were going to have this conversation with your guests, whether you were here or not.
Yep.
And so with that being said, when you get your 3 partners, now you're part of the leadership team. And so you start getting paid leadership bonuses. So instead of $50 when people sign up as financial directors, you earn anywhere from $60 to $125. Pretty exciting, yes?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in anywhere where you got a promotion and they gave you more responsibility, but somehow they forgot the money? In this business, when we get a promotion, they pay us more money for the exact same work. And then what's even more exciting is when you start receiving bonuses for anywhere from $10 to up to $75 when people are getting started that you never met through websites of people that you have yet to meet. Guys, passive income is the secret of the wealthy. Wealthy people figure out how to get paid on work that they're not doing.
Right.
Don King said, if you can count your money, you ain't got no money. You're not supposed to know where it's all coming from. You're supposed to have multiple sources. J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's effort than to ever earn 100% of my own. How many of you guys would agree that's brilliant?
Yeah.
Can 100 people outwork
Yes, brilliant.
Then those same customers, those same business partners contribute to different bonuses that we get paid every month. Guys, we earn a luxury vehicle bonus. Now, I used to call it the car bonus, but then they said I didn't have to buy a car. But then I realized I was paying my car note with it. Can anybody find something on the car lot somewhere between $500 to $3,000 a month? You know, some of these folks, you might be able to get 10 of them. Then those same customers, those same business partners contribute to our presidential bonus. Can you start financing your goals and your dreams somewhere between $500 to $100,000 a month?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
See, here's the thing, guys. We're not attempting to impress you with the big numbers. That's just what the plan says. And Les Brown said most people are dead by the age of 21. We just haven't buried them yet. Because most people by 21 take their goals and their dreams and put them on a shelf and settle for someone else's reality. And normally that reality is not much. Matter of fact, it's normally the 40-40-40 plan. You know, the plan where they told me coming out of college that their master plan for my life was I was going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years and then retire and live on 40% less than what I was already struggling on.
Okay.
And that might be the first time in my recorded history that I uttered under my breath, the devil is a lie. That is the stupidest strategy I have ever heard in my life. Aren't my latter years supposed to be greater than my former?
Yeah.
How does that happen if I'm earning 40% less?
It don't.
My reality is this company said that if I got one customer with my 3 business partners, they would pay me $5 a day. That second day, I got a text message at 5:02 that said I got guaranteed $5. You'd have thought I hit the lottery. Somebody asked me why.
Why?
Anybody have a bill right now that $150 could knock out?
Absolutely.
How exciting is it to know that next month, when that bill comes back, so does this $150?
Right.
Very.
So you got residual income, and this is the last one I'm gonna teach you this evening, is another secret of the wealthy. My mentors told me that if I'm gonna have residual bills, meaning there's gonna be bills coming to my home every 30 days, regardless of what's going on in my life, I need to generate an income that's gonna come in every 30 days, regardless of what's going on in my life. And then when that income is more than those bills, we're free.
Yeah.
Because why do most people go to work?
To pay bills.
So if the bills are paid, why in the world would you go then?
Right.
You must really like it. Man, when Richard told me they were gonna pay anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a day, I found my number. And what I mean by that is I found a number that if I get to this number and they start paying me that every day, I'm calling in the work dead. And my number was pretty high. You know, it was a good number. But I promise you, they told me when you help about 3 people earn $5 a day, you start earning $20 a day. Then you help some more people, it's $30 a day. Guys, can anybody use an extra $600 to $900 a month?
Absolutely.
That's like having a relative move into your home and start paying bills without moving in. Anybody need some relatives like that?
Yes.
Just pay these bills from over there. But then when I got to $50 a day, guys, I know people working part-time jobs, full-time hours and don't make $1,500 a month. When I got to $100 a day, it saved my life, because that same job, I mean, I was working as a teacher, high school math teacher, and they were trying to force me into a classroom that I didn't want to go into during flu season. And they were going to send me in there during COVID season. And I'm not talking about your kids, but a lot of kids are just not as clean as yours. Because it's never the people you're talking to, right? But here's the thing. Because of what we were earning with the luxury bonus and the presidential bonus and the daily guarantee and the 9 ways that we were getting paid, I was able to say, you know what? It's not even you. It's me. You stay, I'll go. And we were able to walk away and not look back. And I mean, guys, when I started in this business, I have 4 children, but now I have 5. His name is the 5th one. His name is Little Residual, and he just keeps growing and growing and growing. And man, this is just so much fun, knowing that we're getting paid today for work that we did back in June.
Mm-hmm.
That's what residual means to us. And so here's what's even more exciting than the ways we get paid. This company positions us to grow our money. How many of you guys still want to grow your money?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We've helped our members grow $500 million in investment capital. Get pretty good, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, understand, money's a tool. It should work for you. Write this in your notes if you're taking them. Wealthy people are not smarter than us. They just have better tools.
Right.
See, I can go to school to be an electrician for the next 20 years. But if you go and we meet up and we're supposed to fix something, and I'm there with a knife and a fork, and you have some pliers and a screwdriver and the other tools that we need, some wire cutters, chances are you're gonna get the job done better than I will.
Yeah.
So it's not your fault. How many of you guys are told, get a great job with some benefits, invest in your 401k, start a savings account, and get direct deposit?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do we all have the same parents?
And that
But here's the thing,
Formula.
not a bad strategy. It's just when we put that money in a traditional bank, we get low to no return on our money. I have thousands of dollars in this account. I'm not gonna tell you the bank's name, but I heard they chase people to sign them up. And I look at my account and it says 4 cents.
Wow.
I wanted to chase everybody at the bank and slap some. Don't even put that on there. Just don't give me the 4 cents. It's so disrespectful because I know they make 8 to 12% every day on my money.
Right.
Because they do something called arbitrage. We call it flipping our money in the street. They take our money, they give somebody that mortgage loan. They take our money, they give someone that auto loan. They take our money, they give someone that student loan, those credit cards, that small business loan. Then we go to borrow our money, they act like they never had our money.
Okay.
We have to qualify for it, jump through hoops to get it. They give us horrible interest rates on it. And then the worst thing they do with our money is they build the largest building they can build downtown in our city with our money. I've had fools in my car talking about, that's my bank over there. That is not your bank, fool. but that's definitely your money. You're looking at your money right now. And so you put that same money in a private reserve account. When the market goes up, your money goes up. You like that?
Yeah.
But when the market goes down, unlike those 401ks that became 101ks, your money does not go down. But watch this. When the market goes up again, your money goes up.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you guys love the idea of an account that only goes up?
Yes.
Oh
Folks
yeah.
are locking these accounts in at 12% and 14%. How many of you guys would agree that's a lot better than that 0.000001%?
Yes.
Yes.
All the way.
Yeah.
And then you get to do arbitrage. You get somebody needs a student loan, you can give it to them. Somebody needs an auto loan, you can give it to them. You can borrow against yourself, but the original money that you had in there is going up with the market as if you never spent it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you guys like that a lot better.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Then they show us how to do land banking. Oh, by the way, with the private reserve account, the other part that I really love is you can actually determine what interest rate or how they pay the money back. So now this money stays in your family forever. That's how you do generational wealth. Then
Yes.
land banking was amazing. People were pulling their money from accounts that were performing horribly and putting them into land banking. Guys, we get to put ourselves in a position to get the safest and most profitable investment in the world. Why is that land? God ain't making no more dirt.
Right.
Now, don't get at me, theologians. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying we have not seen nor heard of such. So in the meantime, does it make sense to buy land in the path of growth?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And so with that being said, right now we have land in an area called Antelope Valley, California. You might want to look it up as Green Energy Valley, California, because Warren Buffett and NASA and Kaiser Permanente are spending billions of dollars in that area on green energy projects. It's right outside of LA. LA is building their first highway in 25 years, and LA is going to have the Olympics in 2028, 2029. Where I live right now used to be farmland in 1988. Then they said they were bringing the Olympics to Atlanta. And even though Conyers is not in Atlanta, I'm right up the street from the equestrian park where they do the horsey things. Because I don't really know what the pretty horses are. Well, don't judge. But anyway, whatever. Then if that wasn't enough, April 17th, 18th, it'll be announced to the world that we're in real estate. If you guys had an opportunity to buy, sell, flip, or invest in real estate where the experts do all the work, how many of you guys would love to be positioned for that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so, guys, the thing that I'm most excited about is none of these things that we're talking about are theory. And I had the blessing on my first day of seeing it, of being introduced by somebody that was taking advantage of everything you heard us speak about. He had already rescued a large part of his money and was still rescuing more. He was already making money with this company and has made much more sense. And he's been growing his money with this company at a clip that is phenomenal. And if he thought he was going to jump on this Zoom and not share, and he was just going to type it in the chat, like we just want to read all of that, and he's not going to share how he's been amazingly blessed, but more importantly, has been a blessing to hundreds of other people, going into thousands of other families through these people, he is sadly mistaken. Guys, can you help me bring on the line my sponsor, one of the best people? When you meet him, you love him, and you can't stop loving him. I mean, he's one of those give you his last even when you didn't ask for it type people. Help me bring to the line Executive District Director, Mr. Richard Harden.
Jordan, awesome.
Man, listen, Sean,
Yes,
I don't
yes.
even know why we didn't put this on Facebook Live. Everybody needs to know about this. I'm glad this recording is up because this should go down in the records for how to break down the conversation, but more importantly, just thinking about where we sit right now. Because I'm in one of those weird places where I got my annual statement for my private reserve account. I opened it in February last year. Just imagine the numbers. I put the same amount of money because I wasn't sure. If you're like me and this is different than what you were used to, I didn't know how this was going to work out. I just figured I'd give it a try because what I was doing was frustrating me. I put the same amount of money in my private reserve account as I was putting into my emergency fund in the bank. In the bank, it made me $26.
Mm.
In my private reserve account, it made me $3,920. Same dollars.
Mm.
Wow.
There's a big difference between 14% and 0.01.
Got that
And that was the money-making money. That was money that because I was able to rescue it back from the people that were taking it, because they've been robbing all of us for years, that I could comfortably invest and just see what would happen. And it's such a blessing to see those things happen. But you know what's more amazing than the money that money's made? The amount of money that small investment of $228 made in my life. Meaning on a monthly basis, similar to Sean, just having an extra comma come in, regardless of what those people in the office think, is the biggest blessing going. And we're just getting started. Because Sean already laid it out. He told you at the top of this, there's a gap between the haves and the have-nots. The haves have the specialized education. They got a business. They have investments that grow and don't lose. And they're invested in real estate. The other thing that they have is a community of people that are celebrating those things, not Jordans,
Right.
not nights out, but thinking about ways to have our money grow and do different things for us for generations. And at the end of this conversation, all you got to do is decide whether you want to have or have not. But not making a decision is a decision. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Sean to let you know. There's one or two choices on how you can take the maximum advantage of what we've done. But understand, one day you're gonna be one of those people that said, I'm either glad I did or I wish I had, but I'm so glad I did. And I'm so glad I'm on this conversation because, brother, you are killing it. I can't wait till we get together to celebrate and brag different about people creating financial success, coming together and winning together as a community. This is gonna be next level.
Yes, sir. I agree. Give it up again for my sponsor, Mr. Richard Harden.
Yeah.
And guys, we're going to teach you and train you step by step and word for word how to do everything we're talking about. We're not going to send you out bear hunting with a switch. The bear always wins, by the way. We do these overviews every day. We have an online training library. You can learn all night if you want. We have private virtual sessions where we teach you how to do this via Zoom, just like we're doing now. We have quarterly events like the one coming up April 16th to the 18th. All planes, trains, and automobiles. I think somebody got a scooter and a skateboard coming to Atlanta, Georgia to celebrate Game Changer. CEO of the company's making amazing announcements. President of the company's going to teach us the magnitude of those announcements as home-based business owners. And the top earners in the company are going to teach us how to 10x our money. It's really that simple. And guys, that ain't even the reason we most excited. That Friday night, you're going to see the most pink and denim you have seen in one space in your life. And it's going to be some of the sharpest people, socially distanced, but at the same time, as warm as they've been with anybody in their life. Because when like-minded people come together, beautiful things start to happen. And so all you have to do is decide. You're either number one or number two. Number two say, I just want the membership only. And so all you have to do is text number two to the person that invited you. They're going to text you their website with /membership on the end. And this is a 2-minute application. It's going to probably populate because you've been buying things from your device. You invest the $79 and immediately you'll get the portal where you can start uploading your stuff so the experts can go to work. But if you know that even if we swore you to secrecy with a blood oath, you still would tell somebody about what we just talked about, you need to be a number one. You need to position your family to get paid 10 streams of income so that you can get even better access to the financial experts. That's how you save, make, and grow your money. That's the complete financial makeover. And guys, don't let the difference between $79 and $228 cost you millions.
Right.
Understand, failure to make a decision is a decision. As a matter of fact, it's a decision to overpay the IRS. It's a decision to stay in debt longer. It's a decision to pay higher interest rates because our credit scores are not going up as fast. It's so many decisions and not making one that I challenge you. Let the person know right now what you're going to do. Don't hesitate, procrastinate, develop stress, hypertension, a dilemma, have a heart attack, stroke, and die trying to figure out whether or not you want your taxes down, your credit score up, your debt eliminated, your bills lower, and you want to invest while making money. It is not that deep. It is really this simple. If it makes sense to you, you should do it because you should do everything that makes sense to you. It might not make sense to them, but you start doing enough things that make sense to you, you'll find a new them. And the reason I share that is a lot of people make the mistake of deciding whether or not they want to do a new thing by their old friends. And now you just turned your circle into a cage. If you know you can upload documents, if you know you can invite people to Zooms, guys, this is the funnest money I've ever made in my life. You guys don't even know if I'm wearing pants. But ask yourself a simple question. If not this, then what? Like, where can you go and help your people you love dearly get a pay raise and you don't even work there? If not now, then when? If we're not going to get better now during a pandemic with all this extra time with ourselves, when does it ever happen? And if not you, then who? Like, who's going to step into your family and change the financial trajectory of your family for generations to come? If it hasn't happened by now, I give you a little secret. It's probably that awesome person in your mirror waiting for you to get off your assets and change your mindset so your family can be set.
Mm.
And so with that being said, I'm about to go eat. Did I do okay? Can I go eat now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent and excellent. So on behalf of my partners that invited you, my name is Sean T. Hill. Blessed to be Executive District Director with this amazing company, MWR. More importantly, I am Willie and Maddie Mae Hill's bouncing baby boy. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I look forward to doing this business with you, shifting income with you, and when everything opens up, walking the beaches of the world with you, excited because we're our own banks and we buy, sell, flip, and invest real estate with the experts that do all the work. God bless you guys. Have an amazing evening.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night.
Awesome conversation.